let's take a look at our top selections for Dan Illman, Mike Beer, taking a look at race number 10 on a stakes-laden Saturday card at Tampa Bay Downs. The main event is the Sam F. Davis Stakes for potential Kentucky Derby hopefuls, but this is a nice race for filly and mare turfers. Let's throw up the field for the Grade 3 Endeavour, going 1 1/16 on the turf. $175,000 is the purse. You've got Chad Brown with counterparty risk at 5-2. You've got New York Girl, the number 6, who figures to take some money for Bill Mott, and Junior Alvarado at 4-1. And I think Logic and Reason is in very good form with tactical speed, and I think she drifts off the 7-2 morning line.
That could certainly happen. I can see New York Girl taking more money than that. They do feel like the 3 right favorites to me, though, Dan. They all have something to recommend them in here.
And we throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Timeform US not expecting a swift pace. This race could favor horses on or near the early lead. Logic and Reason, the 2 is fast, but it's likely the 3 No Mercy Percy is going to make the lead. No Mercy Percy's taking a big step up in class. She hasn't won in a long time. She's going to need this scenario and perhaps a lot of other things to happen in order to pull off an upset.
Yeah, she's going to need a lot of help in order to wire this field, even if she does get loose on the lead. The pace projector, to me, I guess it kind of gives an edge to Logic and Reason and New York Girl, perhaps over counterparty risk. Because counterparty risk, as good as she is, she's a real closer.
That's true, as is the number 1, Margaret's Joy, a maiden winner 2 starts back at Churchill Downs. Now, she had some trouble in her first start against winners, but that race pales in comparison from a class standpoint to the horses she's going to be facing in here, and she might be up against it from a pace standpoint. So she's a deserving price.
Agreed. We'll see what she does here, Dan. I mean, I'll say that she's mildly interesting at a price in here. You know, she's a 5-year-old who obviously missed a lot of time, and she finally broke her maiden 2 starts back, but that was only her 5th start. Anybody, you have the replays available with your Formulator PPs. You can go back and watch your last race at Gulfstream Park. The short comment, they kind of nailed it there. I mean, she just, not only did she get pinched at the break to wind up last, but she just never could find any room to run through in the stretch, and she looked like she had some horse.
Logic and Reason has won her last 2 starts on firm turf, including this effort on January the 2nd at Tampa Bay Downs. So she's won over course and distance. She's on the outside. She was up close to the pace throughout. She's going to power on by in the last 16th of a mile. Now, she's tried stakes competition twice before. She was found wanting both times. Maybe it's a sign that she's been a little bit exposed, but both of those races came over turf with a little bit of give on it.
Yeah, I mean, I do think she does have something to prove, though, against horses like this. I mean, she's pretty good, and she has decent tactical speed, too, so it's going to lead to another good trip for her here. Now she just has to probably up her game a little bit. I'm actually a fan of hers. I think she's okay, but I recognize that she's got something to prove in a race like this.
The 3, No Mercy Percy, the expected pace setter on Timeform US's pace projector. All 3 wins, though, for this horse have come sprinting. She made the front on dirt last time out, and she tired in a stakes race. She'll be up close to the pace, but big ask from a class standpoint.
Yeah, appears to be a deserving long shot in this field.
Eris 2 is entered main track only, so we'll move to the 5 counterparty risk. And Mike, you hit it right on the head. She has no early speed, but I think she can run a little bit. Chad sent her to Southern California for the Lady Shamrock last time out. Let's watch this race. She got wired in here. She was last on the rail turning into the stretch. You're going to see her split horses. She's gradually going to make her way to the outside. And once she finally gets into the clear, she comes with a good, strong run to just miss by a head. This was a good effort.
Yeah, she ran well in here. You can see her flying at the end here. It took her just maybe a little too long, Dan, to get clearance. And then she just couldn't quite get up. I thought she ran well there. I really liked her maiden win, 2 starts back. And she actually even ran well in her debut, a race that it looked like she really needed. And we'll just see how far away she gets there. And I will say, maybe she is just a dead 1-run closer, but she's had outside posts in all 3 of her starts so far. And that might have compromised, any chance she had to get forward in those races.
New York Girl has more tactical speed, and she has some ability. She won a Group 3 in Ireland earlier in her career. She took on some really tough competition overseas. And in her North American debut, she looked good for Bill Mott. They found a real great spot. Non-winners are one other than optional claimer. And just watch New York Girl dust these horses off in the stretch. Junior Alvarado is going to get her to the outside right now. And you can just have a feeling that Junior's saving something in reserve. She's too much for this field.
Yeah, way too good for the field. She got a perfect trip in here, but she did what she was supposed to do with it and won the race pretty easily. A filly who made all 4 of her starts before she got over here in Group 1 races, and 2 of those at 1.5 miles that it feels like maybe she just doesn't want, Dan. She's a dangerous horse in here.
I've always liked the 7 Kelsey's Cross. She's the kind of mare that occasionally will get trips, but then can never punch through in these sort of major races. And when she does win against weaker company, she kind of wins ugly, like she did at Gulfstream on June the 6th, where she basically drifted to the grandstand. 6-1 is way too light on Kelsey's Cross, especially considering she prefers to come from well off of the pace. But one of her better races might get her in the mix underneath.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think we look at her the same way. I've always had a little thing for her. I can't say that I'm, thrilled with her recent form. That bothers me a little bit, but at a big price, I could throw her in there somewhere.
Trainer Ron Potts has done a nice job with the 8 Irony of Reality, getting a graded stakes placing into this 6-year-old mare. Last time out in the Le Prevoyant, she got a really great pace setup going 1.5 miles. Let's watch that race. They went 47-3. That's going quick at 1.5 miles. And now we're going to go back, to the race 2 starts back at Tampa Bay Downs. And Irony of Reality showed what she can do with a more moderate pace and better, easier competition. She rolls them down in the stretch. So she is in good form right now, Mike. I wonder if the pace really works for her, and I wonder if she's the best closer in the field.
Yeah, that would be my concern. She's supposed to be a pretty big price in here. And so, we'll just see if the trip works out for her. Even if it does, she's going to have to outkick some pretty good horses.
Top pick time for the grade 3 Endeavour. I think we see it the same way, Mike. I'm going counterparty risk in here. You are as well. We like the late kick. Obviously, Bill Motzworth has a chance. I'm always trying to get the 7 into the number, so I will try once again, but counterparty risk, our top pick. I'll get Kelsey's Cross hopefully in there.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to play it. I'm going to, sort of lean on counterparty risk here. I expect her to be the favorite, but I like what I've seen from her so far. I really would try to lock this race up with the 5 and the 6.
5-6 for Mike, 5-6-2-1 to be precise, 5-7-8-6 for me in the Endeavour at Tampa Bay Downs on Sam F. Davis Stakes. Good luck.